These are the classes that I contributed to. First off, we have Dialogue and Dialogue Manager. They just manage the dialogue that pops up whenever you talk to an NPC or when you open the menu. Next up, in Game Controller, there's three states the game can be in. There's Free Roam, Dialogue, and Game Over. And next is Interactable, which is just an interface. NPC Controller, which implements Interactable and initiates an interaction with an NPC. And in OG Controller, I added this function here, which is what starts off the any interaction.
Hi, this is Emily Cleveland, and today I will be going over some of the scripts that were uploaded to GitHub and then were later implemented in Unity that were used to make our game. So first, our script is called item assets, and this just declares a public class of item assets and has inheritance from mono behavior, which just allows scripts to respond to game events. Next, we're just creating a single instance of this. And then finally, we're just attaching the textures used in the game. And these were just dragged and dropped into these fields to associate with each image. The next script we have is called item world. And then we just have a reference to this object. And the script is mainly used to render each of the sprites on the screen and fetch this render when it is like necessary to create visual representations of the item later on. And this just will just update its appearance according to like the item properties. So like the names will display in the inventory when the inventory pops up. And then finally, we just have a call to destroy the game object, which is basically a cleanup method and how the character picks up the object before it is removed from the game scene. Our third script is our inventory script, which just holds basic inventory items and a generic list. And each of these is initialized with the amount of 0, and each of these items should only have a count of 1, and this will later on be displayed in the screen when we do a walkthrough of the game. And you can pull up the inventory by pressing P. This will also make sure that there's not duplicates in the game, and it'll check if the same type exists in the inventory already. Our next script is just our item script, and it just defines different kinds of items that can exist in the game, and it simplifies the management of item behavior and just the amount of items present. Finally, our last script is inventory manager. And it just provides like global access to an instance of the inventory manager. And it just ensures like persistence across different game scenes. And it makes sure that the instance is initialized. Um, and then it also makes sure that there's um, only a amount of 1, and it checks to see if there's a complete inventory. And once the inventory is completed, this is when a jump scare will occur in our game. And we will do a walkthrough later and we'll implement and show you how all of these scripts have been used. Thank you for listening.
Hey, this is Autumn Harp. I'm going to be walking you through my contribution to the Capstone project, code-wise. Now, first up we have the animal controller, and what this does is it's attached to all of the animals in the scene, and it allows you to walk up to them, and if they are detected by the players interact right here. It will take a photo, add the animal to your inventory. This is one of Emily's functions that this calls. It'll take a photo, add the animal to the inventory, and make them disappear. In other words, poof them. Now take a photo and add to inventory. Take a photo starts the flash effect, and the flash is a UI element in the scene which at default is set to 0% opacity. Whenever you use your camera, it should light up to 100%, and over the course of a second fade back into being invisible. Now, add item to inventory. This calls on the inventory, and all of the animals have a unique species tag on them, so this finds that tag, and if the tag exists, which it should, it'll add that item to the inventory, and if not, you get a debug log. And also, it's, like I said, gotta find the tag. Alright, so the antagonist AI, the antagonist is not a physical presence in the game until towards the end, and even then I won't spoil the ending for you. It doesn't really have its own sprite or animations or anything. However, it does have AI behavior as far as its positional relationship to the player. So first thing the script does is find the player, and as the game's going, if the player flashes their camera while the antagonist is on screen, it'll slow them down. And the danger UI is a recently made asset. It's just danger in big red letters. The danger UI is sort of like the flash, however it's based on the creature's distance from the player. So the closer the creature gets, the more that UI is lit up, and if he's further away from the player, it'll be faded out more. It'll be more opaque to the point it can be invisible if they're far away enough. Now, the antagonist has a base movement speed of 0.15, which is slightly faster than the player. But when slowed, it'll only go 0.1. Now, when it's slowed, that'll only last for a second and a half, so it's something that if, the danger is lit up, you're going to want to keep doing that. Alright. And the camera behavior, a lot of this ended up being a bit redundant, because once we figured out how to attach this to the animals, it was a lot simpler than trying to implement it this way, where it's trying to attach to the camera itself, which it is, but allow the animals to have their own thing to interact with it. Like I said, we all kind of helped out with this one. And for the player spawner, that one pretty much just makes sure the player is there and has spawned in. And if they're not spawned in, then that's bad, and we need to send some debug logs. And that's pretty much it.
Hello, my name is Trangian, and this is what I worked on for the project. Did audio manager right here. Is in charge of handling the audio, so I inserted this music, Ghost Town for music source, and complete for the sound effect into there. camera follow, which I attach to the main camera. And then this is the main character, OG, right here. And you put OG so he follows OG. Cave scene controllers in part. This is important for the dialogue. Where I'll show you later that through game controllers is really important. It's just uses the OG controller, which is right here. Just handles starting, updating, checking the inventory. This is important for the end of game sequence and the end game. It's the interactable cave entrance, which has to do with the cave scene. And this is OG controller. And this is very, very important because this is in charge of handling how the main character moves and his keys. So I'll show you the game demo. This is the background. I can show you the templates we used. So screen shares in the way. I don't like to do the screen share. This is how we implemented everything. There's some assets we created. The cave, the background. The inspector. It's where it handles everything in Unity. Background, foreground, solid objects for collisions. OG, which is the main character. There's some scripts attached to them. Antagonist, which is invisible. We did that on purpose. These are just all the animals and the items that we're collecting. Here's the canvas for playing dialogue, flash, jump scare. Event system handles events, handles all that buttons, stuff like that. Inventory manager handles inventory item assets. That's what you connect these. Timothy, which is his lovely NPC right here. He's a great guy. He's really scared. Game controller. Yeah, it's just a game, handling the game and stuff like that. Entrance, which is over here. Then the cave, audio manager, I just showed earlier. Okay, I showed it again. All right. Now we're gonna get to the actual game. How do I move this thing? I'll wait for this thing to get out the way. Still in the way. How do I move it? Okay. There we go. Wait for it to load up. So the goal of the game is the main goal of the game is you have to get all the animals and the items. And once you've collected all the items, then you win. Basically, it's hide and go seek. And it's gonna be easy for me because I'll do honestly kind of it called? Speed run to make things simple. So here's a character. Here's OG walking around. I want to open the inventory. You can see nothing has been collected. So there, collected the turtle. And see, this may be hard for some people to see, but this is where the key is. I gave me a go. There we go. All right, so right there, as you can see, the key. So now open the inventory, key, and the yellow belly turtle is collected. So now, like I said, I'm gonna do a speed run to show you game functionality. Got the bear right there. I'm going on this one. It's a nice lily pads, nice game. We created that tree. Also, you want to talk to Timothy. He says, I wish I could move that huge flower over there so that I could go swimming. Whatever you do not go in that cave next to the flower. I think I saw something in there. It was so scary that I'm still unable to move. Yeah, I feel bad for Timothy. Okay. Go right here. Get the snake. Pretty good. Let's go over here. Go over the bridge. This is the flower that Timothy was. Here's the little frog. Got him. Oh, and if you look in the bottom left, I should have said this at the start, but if you look at the bottom left, you can see like all this stuff. So watch, I'm gonna add the flower and added flower to inventory. See, now we got more stuff in inventory. So now Timothy can go swimming. Now here, the deer is running away from the panther. Bang got him anyway. Bang got the panther. All right. So now I keep swimming. With that rock, here's another. My favorite guy, the otter. Got him. Added on our inventory. Okay. All right. Now go right here. Get the spoonbill. You check the inventory. You got everything but the alligator. All right. And now we go up, get the alligator. Oh, oh. And there's the jump scare. All right. So that's the game, but we also added an alternate ending. That's what I was referring to with the scripts that I was going to show you earlier. Wait. It's a long run. Yeah. For OG to load up. OG's loaded up now. Like Timothy said, He said that don't enter the cave. He said he saw something scared in there. So we're gonna enter the cave. And a very scary monster is inside the cave. You're trembling in fear and too scared to move. The monster grabbed you and ate you. Well, and then, as you can see in the bottom left, it says, "Game over. The monster is in you." But yeah, that's our game. It's our final creation. Everything came out well. We liked it. We had a good time. Unity was a little hard to deal with, but we got it figured out eventually. And thank you for watching the video.